Well. I guess it's really a batting pitch. We managed to face 43 overs and we still have 6 wickets in hand. I tell you, my viewers and subscribers, greetings, and my people. Hope everybody is doing okay. Hope by now you would have recouped some of the sleep that you lost last night leading into this morning. I was up watching it for a little bit, the first half an hour or so, first hour, I saw a bit of it, fell asleep, woke up, watch it again, fell asleep. And I must say that it's going how we expected. It's going how we expected. India, they ended up putting on 518 for 5 on the board. I was thinking to myself, they would just go about 420, 430 and just put us in because I thought that would have been enough. But I guess they know that it's a batting pitch and West Indies batsmen will go out there and grind. So we finished off the day having faced 43 overs, 140 for 4. Yes, 140 for 4. So we are trailing by 378. Now, in the midst of me sleeping and waking, I saw some amount of fight from probably 2 or so batsmen. But before we get into our batting, let's just go through India's batting scorecard real quick. So, as I said, 518, my viewers and subscribers. 518 for 5 declare, 134.2 overs is what they made it in. Not even 150, 134.2 overs. And they were able to get that on the board. So let's just go to their batting card. We spoke about Jaiswal yesterday. He scored 175 of 258. KL Rahul 38. So the Sun didn't ended up going much further. 87. Warwick took care of him. Shubman Gill, the captain, also chipped in with a century. So one thing you would realize is that when these teams, whenever they are playing against West Indies, is as if centuries are on offer. Shubman Gill 129 off 196, 16 fours and 2 sixes. We also saw Nitish Kumar already coming in and getting a quick fire 43 from 54. Joel, the wicketkeeper, I think he got a century in the first game. He ended up on 40, well, he got 44 before Captain Raston Chase bowled him, 44, having faced 79 balls. Now, let's just take a look at the bowling figures. It's been a hard fight couple of days. Jaden Seals, 22 overs, 2 maidens, 88 runs. Anderson Phillips, 17 overs, 2 maidens, 71 runs. Justin Graves, 14 overs, 1 maiden, 58 runs. Kyrie Peer, 3 overs, 2 maidens, 120 runs. Jamel Warrican, 34 overs, 6 maidens, 98 runs. And he picked up 3 of the 5 wickets. Raston Chase, he picked up 1 for 83 from his 17.2 overs. Now, the other wicket, Shandopal, Tejnaran Shandopal, effected a run out there. So, he got rid of Jaiswal via the run out route. So he was still batting and going, right? 175. That's the way that we got rid of him, my people. Now, prior to the beginning of the first day, I looked at the pitch report, and the pitch report said that, listen, it's going to be batters friendly for the first, for the first part of the game, and then it's going to favor the spinners. We see where Ravindra Jadeja, he has actually chipped in already. I think he has 3 of the 4 wickets so far. We see where Warwican picked up 3 of the 4 and 3 of the 5, with Raston Chase getting another one. So wickets going to the spinners so far, right? But as we speak, the West Indies batsmen, we have a couple guys out there fighting and doing them thing. But this is how they lost the wickets: 58 for 1, and from there 251 for 2, 325 for 3, 416 for 4, and then 518 for 5, right? And that's when the declaration came. Right, the declaration came right there. So West Indies 140 for 4, having faced 43 overs, as I said a little bit earlier. Now, John Campbell, 10 from 25, but guess what? you got that usual couple of boundaries, right? One thing I always said, one thing is for sure, you're going to see a boundary shot. You're going to see a boundary shot. So he faced 25 balls, made 10 runs with 2 fours out of it. So only two. Um, boy, I tell you, Taser and Shandapal, he showed some fight, some grit, determination, stayed there for a while. He got 34 from 67. At one point, I woke up and I was looking at it, and Tej was there along with Alec Arthur, and he's fighting and grinding things out, right? Those are two guys that Sammy had indicated that they brought them back in, especially against India, so they could help with facing the spin. So two of them didn't do too badly at all. Unfortunately, after getting starts, they were unable to really kick on. And that's the difference between world-class players and players that are on an average level. When world-class players get a start in a test match, especially as a specialist batsman, more often than not, they find a way to kick on. Not saying that you always have to find a way, but the world-class players do it more often than not, right? Tejaran and Chandapal, 34 from 67, 4 fours and 1 6, strike rate of 50. So his strike rate, not as low as we have become accustomed to, right? But he stayed there for a while. Alec Arthur is 41 from 84. He got 5 fours and 1 6, strike rate of 48. Right, so he and Tejaran and Chandapal, as I said, they stayed there for a little bit, and they gave us a glimmer of hope. But after those two guys were removed, we we lost another wicket. Our captain Ruston Chase, he faced 7 balls before he was removed without scoring. Shea Hope is still there, and Tevin Imlach. Those are, you could call them, the last two. I mean, Justin Graves is still to come, which you could call him a recognized batsman, an all-rounder. But he opens sometimes in regional cricket and Super 50 and things. So Justin Graves is to come, right? But Shea Hope, 31 from 46, right? 31 from 46. He has 5 fours to his name. He's still there. I would be nice to see a century from Shea Hope, a test match century. Wouldn't that be nice? Seeing a test match century from Shea Hope. Especially seeing that he's playing as a specialist batsman, right? He's playing as a specialist batsman, batting at number 4, because we have Tevin Imlach keeping. So it would be nice to see him doing his thing, getting a century. Tevin Imlach, 14 from 31 with 2 fours, is also there. Was clean behind the wickets. I said this at the end of day 1. Looked good, was moving well. And I hope that he can spend some time at the wicket and just try to get something for himself. Now, this is how we lost the wickets. 21 for 1 when John Campbell went. 87 for 2 when Tejaran and Chandapal went. Right? And Alec Arthur, he went at 106 for 3. Then Ruston Chase, 107 for 4. Right? In the over number 33.3. And then luckily for us, Shea Hope and Tevin Imlach, they were able to see us over the line going into day 3, right? So day 3, we are hoping that we can bat for a bit and find a way to push this game into day 4. We don't want the game over on day 3 again. So if they can bat up until probably about, I don't know, after the first hour of play going up to lunch, if they can bat up to lunch, if they can survive up to lunch, you understand, then India might I don't know what they're gonna do, but if we survive up to lunch, then I figure that we could probably take it into day 4. At this rate, that's what we're looking for. I mean, if you are following West Indies cricket, you probably wouldn't go into this game thinking that we were going to win, especially playing India at home. But want to see fight. If we can get the game into 4.5 days, 5 days, that would be good. We don't expect to win. It's not saying that we don't expect to win. I can say that. We can say that as fans. The players, them cannot say that, because they are going in with the mindset that they should win. But we watching and following the cricket, we hope for the best, but we know that, boy, we're not at the level, right? They believe in themselves as players, so they're always going to think that something can happen for them or they can have a good day. Right, so that is how it's looking now. Now, bowling for India, Bumrah 6 overs, 3 maidens, 18 runs. Siraj 4 overs, 9 runs. Yadav, Kuldeep Yadav, 12 overs, 1 for 45. He had 3 maidens. Washington Sundar, 7 overs, 1 maiden, 23 runs. And Ravindra Jadeja, the spinning all-rounder, he has 3 for 37 from 14. Right, Ravindra Jadeja, very, very good spinner. You know, sometimes he would go underneath the radar because Ashwin is usually in that team. I mean, Ashwin has stepped aside, you know, so now probably people will be giving him Jadeja more props, but he has always been a very good player, you know, so he has picked up 3 for 37. Remember what I said? They said that the pitch will become spinners friendly further down. But I mean, Warwick did some work for us in our first innings bowling. So you know, I guess there is always something for the spinners. So hopefully our guys can do a little thing. 140 for 4. If they can get up to 230, 240, that I would even say, you know, it's a good. It's good, you know. Not saying that that can win or that we should be satisfied, but we know there are levels to this. So when you go up against these teams, you know, you don't want to see 40, you don't want to see 27 all out or whatever, or 51 all out. If you get 230, 240, you know, you can say you're fighting. And I mean, going up against certain other teams, when our full bowling unit is together, if our batsmen would just oftentimes give us 250, 260, we would win more games. So let us see them fight and push this 140 or up to probably 240, 250, and you know, we would work with it. So big up on yourself.